Hello, welcome to the Joe Cortez Show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment capital of the world, the sports capital of the world. And you know what? It's starting to be the solar capital of the world because everybody started tuning in for solar. You know, the other day my wife said, Joe, where's the money, honey? I said, money? I said, energy. She said, what energy? You got no energy? I said, no. You know what? So I brought somebody on the show to talk to you about energy, talking about solar panels, how important it is, the way that things are going today. The economy is so high, and you got to work on a budget, and you have to put your budget in order. So I brought somebody on the show, Beth Voydat. Welcome to the show, Beth.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. But everybody's talking about the economy, how things are going. And, of course, the solar system is something that it caught my attention right away years ago.
Absolutely.
But tell me a little about the history of the solar system. When was that invented?
It's crazy. I went and did a little bit of research on that because I wasn't sure myself. And ironically, this goes back to the early 1800s. French physicists discovered the power of the sun, that the solar rays would convert into electrical energy. And so since the early 1800s, the evolution of solar has come about. The patents go back to the late 1800s with solar engines as well. Then in about the 1950s is when Bell Labs, as in Alexander Graham Bell, created further energy. They were the first to actually create panels made from silicon. But if you go back, and if we could show slide 1, the very first solar panels were actually put on a rooftop in New York in 1884.
In New York City.
Yeah, New York City in 1884. Yeah, it's just amazing. So these really go back quite a long way.
That's why they call New York, New York. So nice, and named it twice, huh? Unbelievable. Go ahead. So.
Well, and it's just been fascinating that the history of that. And so it was finally in 1974 during the energy crisis in the 70s.
Right.
That the government decided to put some money into solar and really try to propagate it and help it move forward. So that was the, Solar Energy Research Act of 1974. And then if you fast forward to 2006, Congress decided let's put more money towards renewable energy. And so that's when all the federal tax credits really came into play.
That's a great incentive.
Yeah, it's a huge incentive, and they've been going on ever since. Right now, they're starting to kind of sunset. We see these credits going down further. Although just today, I did hear on the radio just this morning, President Biden was speaking about trying to do something else with renewable energy, and perhaps he's going to extend these energy credits. We'll see.
Well, we got to do something because things are not looking too good.
They are not looking too good, yeah.
And this is why we want our viewers to try to understand that, why I took the interest in bringing somebody on board to talk about it, because it's something that's needed by everyone. You come up with a concept here in Nevada. I mean, it's been going on in Clark County and in different states. How many states in the United States are doing their solar system?
Well, I'm sure every state has solar available to it. The company that I represent, we're in 29 states right now, 3 more coming on board. So pretty soon, Washington, Michigan, and Wyoming will be on board. But our goal is to be in all the states in the country, all 50 states, by the end of 2023.
Okay, so that's Apricot Solar.
It is Apricot Solar, absolutely.
Apricot.
Yes.
Apricot Solar.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, tell me, being that this is already going to Clark County, I mean, I see a lot of homes that are starting to be built around. Homes are still building like crazy, and it's slowing up a little bit. But I see more homes now with solar than ever before. Why is that?
Well, there's a couple of reasons for going solar. You already hit on it once, that the power bills are absolutely out of control. So as the electrical companies are growing, and they're just charging more and more, to an average of 4 to 6% per year, that your electric rates go up. And so people are just being priced out, and yet you've got to keep your food cold, you've got to keep your lights on, you have to have power.
The air conditioning.
And how long are you going to be paying for electric, Joe?
Yeah, right.
The rest of your days, right?
Right, exactly. So you're locked into a certain rate. Once you sign a deal, you're locked in. You have to worry.
Exactly.
You have your budget in order, right?
Exactly. It totally keeps your budget in order. So the solar makes it a very predictable cost. You're basically moving your spending from renting electric to buying solar. The difference between renting a house and owning a home. Same thing. But it is predictable spending, just redirecting it from one pocket to the other. And instead of following that curve up, you've got a nice, even budget to follow.
Good. And that'll make a way for individuals. Let's say you want to sell your home. I mean, the buyer will say, well, the house already has has the energy, the solar panels already on. So now they can go knowing that they're going to have a flat, they can work on that budget, the payments that they got to make every month.
Yes, absolutely.
So
When I moved here, if a home had solar on it, it went right to the top of my list.
Right.
Because, here in this sunny state, why not? But it's also shown that adding solar to your home also adds about 6% to the value of it. And there's certain articles that have been, and research that have been done to show this. And if you'd like, I can get those links and we can share those with your viewers, down below there as well. Yeah. But it does. It adds to the value of the home. And frankly, like you said, when you're driving around, we're used to seeing these panels on top of homes now. Right. It used to be a very unusual thing, and now it's very common.
And what's the difference between the wind power and the solar?
And the solar? That's a really good question because they're both beautiful, clean energy, right? It helps to reduce your carbon footprint, and to use solar or wind is great. The challenge is wind really isn't designed for residential use. Right. Wind is designed for the big farms. Like if you go out to Palm Springs and you'll see these huge turbine farms all across the ground where the wind can just whip right through.
Right.
You can't put a turbine like that in your backyard.
It wouldn't look too good.
It wouldn't look too good. It wouldn't fit very well. And it wouldn't even generate enough energy for your home if it was scaled down to actually fit, whereas solar does.
Yeah. And it looks kind of pretty cool. It's flat. It doesn't take that much space. How many panels are installed in a home?
It really depends. And I hate giving that answer, but it's the truth. So every homeowner, every home is a very different situation. Right. So if I may, what I like to do with the homeowners is I just have a conversation with them. I need to sit down with the homeowner and talk about, let me see, what are your power bills like? What are you expecting to have happen in your home? Do you have an electric vehicle? Are you going to get an electric vehicle? How many people are living here? Are you expecting that number to change? Do you heat your pool with electric? There's a variety of questions I need to ask them to get to know them. And then the big question is, why do you want to go solar? I need to understand from the homeowner, what is it about solar that is drawing them to it? Is it that they want to reduce their carbon footprint? Is it that they want to save money on the electric bill? Do they want to have a steady budget to follow? What is it? What is their motivation? And once I know that, then I can really help them out.
Mm-hmm. Well, times are changing, so we have to keep up with the modern day technology what's going on. I mean, this was invented over 100 years ago, but now they fine-tuned it to where it belongs right now. And people are really starting to wake up and realize, wait, the economy is not getting any better. It's probably the worst economy we've had in a long time, in many years. And now it's time, if you're going to start starting to save and say, wait, can't reach in my pocket like I used to every day. Now I got to be more careful. So one of the things we want to do is go solar and work on the budget. Keep it, like we said before, keep your budget in order because it's very much needed these days.
Oh, absolutely. And you mentioned technology, and I know you'd asked me before, is the technology of solar changing? And the fact is, yes, it is. It always is. All technology has to evolve, it has to change, and it has to improve. In the last 10 years, we've seen the efficiency of solar panels increase about 25%. So what does improvement look like in the future? I don't honestly know. I couldn't tell you. I'd like to hope that maybe the scientists are trying to make them more efficient in a smaller size, but that's just speculation on my part. The one area, if you could flip to slide 2, the one area that they have improved on, I can tell you right now, is cosmetically. So, the older panels, they have all the little silver edges, but the new ones, so the image on the right there, just like you mentioned, they're sleek, they're black, they just look nicer.
Yeah, it looks like a big giant size TV on top of your house.
It does, you're right, it absolutely does.
It looks nice. Now tell me about the financing for these solar panels. How does that work?
Yeah, so the way that the financing works, it's actually really easy. So once we go through the design process with a homeowner, we figure out how many panels they need, and it's really based on the consumption that they have, and again, their goals, their financial goals. Once we get the design figured out, I think I've got an image of that as well. that's when we kind of come down to what the price of the system is going to be. And through Apricot, we have a relationship with a finance company that specializes in the solar financing. And you can get a loan right now, 1.49% for up to 25 years on your solar panel. And it's fantastic. And that's what locks that price in. So rather than having the electric bill that shoots up to $300 and $600 here in the desert in the summer, maybe you have a bill that's $120 every single month, predictably. So with that financing, that goes with the home. That is fully assumable by a new homeowner. So if you happen to only be in your home for maybe 7 more years after you've installed solar, it's okay.
How long does it take to get a solar system installed in the home?
Once we have the design finalized and the agreements are all signed, it's going to take 30 to 45 days here in Nevada, here in Clark County. They're pretty efficient with it. Other states, it may take a little longer. There's a few more details to cross. Like in California, there's a little more paperwork. In Austin, Texas, it could take up to 9 months.
Really, that long?
Yeah, there's a lot of legislation there, but right here.
But with the economy, the way things are going and the way they're talking about energy, and we have to get things better, the sooner the better. And things are not really working out that way. I mean, they got all that red tape. They could cut through that red tape and get people on board right away.
I know.
Not everybody can pay the rent and the expenses every month.
Exactly. That's why at least here we're really blessed that it is a very quick turn, and the company that we work with for the installations has the inventory. So we're not dealing with a shortage of inventory, so the supply chain really isn't affecting us right now.
How about a shortage of workers? No problem there?
So far, so good. I have not heard a thing about that. This Freedom Forever is the installer that we utilize. They've had over 100,000 installations nationwide, and they are doing amazing things. The other benefit that we have in working with them is every homeowner, as soon as they sign this agreement with Apricot Solar, they get a Vivant smart home system installed in their home. And that's on slide 3, please. But the Vivant smart home system, it's a $2,800 value. They get a smart hub, thermostat, the doorbell, the doorbell camera, sensors in the home, and a motion sensor.
Wow.
And it all gets installed within about a week to 2 weeks of actually signing the agreement. So the homeowner gets this first while their system is being designed and manufactured. So they have something instantly to play with. Plus, they get 3 years of free monitoring, all included.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a huge value.
So you said besides the monitoring for 3 years, how about the maintenance for these solar panels? Something goes wrong, what happens for the next 25 years? Is it being taken care of?
Yeah, it's really a great warranty. There's not only the warranty on the panels themselves, we also offer a 10-year warranty for any roof penetrations, because obviously solar's going on the roof. And where these panels go, that makes a penetration. So for 10 years, there's a full warranty about, a water leak or something there.
Right.
The big one, though, is a 25-year production guarantee.
That's great.
So again, I'm sitting down with the homeowner, and I'll just talk in round figures here. So if the homeowner, and if you'd slip to slide 4, please. There we go. If the homeowner is using on average, say, 10,000 kilowatts per year, we're going to design a system that's going to generate their 10,000 kilowatts per year. And frankly, we put a little extra 5 to 7% buffer in that as well. But with that production, if, for example, let's say the system only generated 8,000 kilowatts, but the homeowner uses 10,000, that's a 2,000 kilowatt difference. What do you think happens?
It goes back to you?
No. If the system doesn't generate enough, there's a $2,000 difference. The homeowner's paying the electrical company the difference. But we promised them 10. So with our production guarantee, we're going to send technicians out. They're going to evaluate the system, determine what is wrong with this. They're going to make the homeowner whole for the payments that they had to make to the electric company, and they'll replace any faulty panels. If a panel isn't working, they're going to replace it at their cost. Freedom Forever will. Apricot Solar will.
So Apricot Solar will every so often they'll be checking up on you, and if you have any issues, you call up the helpline, and they will guide you
Absolutely. And between Apricot Solar and Freedom Forever, they're actually monitoring the panels as well.
Right.
So they want to make sure that your panels are doing what they're supposed to do. If there's a problem with them, Freedom Forever may know before you know.
Now supposing you said they monitor any situation that may be going with the panel. How do they monitor that? Did they actually come to your facility, or they do it from off-site?
They're doing it off-site.
Off-site.
Yeah. So they, and I haven't seen the actual system that they're using to do this, but they are monitoring from off-site where they're able to log in and determine that the panels are producing correctly.
Okay.
So if they aren't, then they're going to contact the homeowner and say, hey, have you noticed anything that's a little off? And the homeowner probably won't even know unless they get an electric bill.
Exactly.
But the second the homeowner gets an electric bill, that's when they get on the phone, they call customer support and say, hey,
what's going on?
something's up here. What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And I'm glad that we're able to bring this out to our viewers out there, because the way things are going these days, times are changing. We can't keep thinking about the way it was when our grandparents or our parents way back. Times are changing, and things are getting more expensive. I mean, you could buy a car 35 years ago. It's nothing compared to what you pay for a car today. But everything keeps going up. Everything in life, everything. Airfares, vacations, food, gasoline. Wow.
Exactly.
But everything keeps going up, and
It
this
does.
is the right way to go. I think having somebody like you on the show to talk to our viewers about, helping them out there. This is what I enjoy doing, giving
Right.
information to our viewers out there so they can understand that we're only here trying to get you on the right track to make life easier for you. Because there's nothing better than to go to bed at night thinking, well, I don't have to worry about certain bills. Things are a little easier now. Thanks for you for giving us the information. And if somebody wanted to get in contact with you best directly or through the company, how do they do this?
It's real easy. I actually have my contact information here on one of the slides, so you can email me, you can text, you can call, you could send a carrier pigeon if you really want to. I'll try and get the bird, but it'd be very easy.
You birds, those homers, those messenger birds.
That's right. We'll use a homing pigeon. That'll be awesome. But yeah, so if anybody wants to reach out to me, then what we'll do is I'll set up a time. We can even do this over Zoom. We don't even have to do it in home.
Okay, do they have a website they can reach you?
Yes, absolutely. And
phone number?
my website is listed here on the screen, Bethany.Voydat at apricotsolar.com.
Okay.
Very easy to get to with my phone number as well, 503-819-0074. Feel free to call or text.
That'd be
Whatever's
great.
easier.
I bet a lot of folks will be contacting you in reference to this, because this is something that we should have been doing many, many years ago. Even though this was invented over 100 years ago, but finally people are starting to wake up and realize, times have changed. We have to do something.
Times have changed, absolutely. And honestly, when I was living in Oregon, I looked at getting solar for my home just to offset the bills. Again, single mother, I needed to do something to control my finances. And sadly, this was about 8 years ago. It just didn't pencil out. It was so expensive, far more expensive than it is now, and it just didn't pencil out. And my home there had plenty of roof space, plenty of access to the sunlight. I didn't have trees surrounding it, but it was too expensive.
Yeah, it was.
What I've seen now, it is so reasonably priced and so attainable. It really makes a lot of sense, so much sense.
There's no down payments? How does it go?
Right, there's zero down. There's absolutely zero down. All that happens is, like I said, I come in, I start talking, or again, over a Zoom, however people want to do this. We chat about their needs. I evaluate their power consumption, and then we have the most fabulous software program, AI-powered software, artificial intelligence, that if you want to slip to the next slide, please. We actually sit on the screen with the homeowner and design their system. So we place the panels, it places them in a very efficient manner to get the best use out of the space that you have on your roof. It's actually analyzing the angle and the planes on the roof to get the panels on the side that the sun hits the most. Obviously focusing on the south and the eastern sides of the home. And then we have a very efficient manner of placing them. We have a variety of panels available. If you're a person that wants to have only made in the USA, we've got panels that are that. We've got the Tesla panels. We've got panels that are a 350 kilowatt, a 400 kilowatt. So there's a variety of panels that homeowners get to choose from. We can talk through the differences on them.
You explain to them the difference, why this one costs more than the other? I mean, is it because they're bigger, or they give you more energy? How does that mean?
Actually,
how do they figure
the
that out?
panels are all the same size physically, except the Teslas. Teslas are slightly larger, about 4 inches larger. But it has to do with the mechanics on the inside of the panel. The bulk of them are 350 kilowatts, and then there's 395 kilowatt and a 400 kilowatt panel.
So the 400 is the largest?
400 is the largest, right, at this point.
That's like the Rolls Royce compared to the
Pretty
Volkswagen.
much,
Compared to the Volkswagen.
Yeah, yes. For example, like the Tesla panels are highly efficient, highly efficient panels, and they just look sleek and amazing.
And you handle them all.
We do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, you have different brands at the company? Was it under the same umbrella, or how was it?
They're the panels we get are all different brands.
Different brands.
Yep. So like the American-made ones are by Mission. The Tesla, of course, which the parts come from overseas, but they're manufactured. They're actually assembled in the United States. The Q cells are a slightly more affordable panel, manufactured overseas, but every bit as efficient as the others. And these panels last forever. Friends of mine in Oregon, actually, they bought their home in the 90s. It already had solar panels on it. So, you know, Oregon, we love our environment there,
Sure, yeah.
right? Their panels still work. These panels that were installed in the 80s, and they still work to this day. So these things don't just randomly stop working.
Now tell me something about, I had seen something about solar where you can consume the moisture in the air, and it turns the solar into water, the moisture in the air to the solar system and makes it into water.
I've not heard of that combination. I know that there is a different technology that will take the humidity out of the air and change it to drinking water.
Okay.
But I'm not sure how that would relate to the solar. You may have read something that I don't know about,
Yeah,
though.
that's something in third world countries that they say to consume water there. Those countries that need water, they
That makes a
consume
lot
it.
of sense.
Yeah,
That makes so much sense.
yeah. But it's something that I always like to look into a little thing like that. I like to always learn more every day. I want to bring people on board to educate our viewers out there of what's going on, because there's so many things going on in this world today that we have to learn a lot from. And at my young age, I still want to keep on learning as much as I can.
Absolutely, every day.
Every day, because there's always room for improvement no matter what. Mm-hmm. I don't care how much you know, you can always learn more every day.
Always.
Always, right? And I'm very open to that. I'm very positive about everything in life. I don't like to argue. Give me the good stuff. I want to hear all the good stuff like what you're telling us today. This all energy is something that is so much needed because, like I said before earlier, that the cost of living is so high, and it's, you got to tighten up your budget, and you guys say, I can't go to the movies, I can't go on vacation and whatnot. It's all because you're paying so much out there. I mean, this year you pay $2,000 more than you did last year for the same service you got last year. So why? How can you make it? The economy is getting bad, and this is a time to make a change.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And going back to the federal tax credit, this is the optimal time to take advantage of putting solar on your roof. Yeah. It's a 26% federal tax credit through the end of this year, but they're sunsetting these credits. Now, again, we heard that President Biden made a comment about renewable energy, so hopefully he'll extend the credits, but next year the credit goes down to 22% as a federal tax credit. And this is based on the entire cost of adding solar to your home. So it makes total sense to take advantage of that federal tax credit. It's going to lower your taxable the taxes that you pay at the end of the year, obviously. Some people actually are in a situation where they don't have to worry about paying their taxes, and they just cash in that federal tax credit. And then you know what they get to do with that? They get to take their family to Disneyland.
Well, something good for especially the seniors. The seniors going to them. I mean, they had no more income coming. They retired, and
Yes.
they have a set income coming in, and their bills are not dropping. The bills are going up every year.
Right.
So they got to make ends meet. So this is good for seniors too. Is there a senior program involved?
Well, one of the better programs for seniors, because again, on a fixed budget, a fixed income,
Right.
leasing solar panels is another very good option. Friends of ours did this down in Peoria, Arizona, where they decided to lease their system rather than purchasing it.
Right.
And it's the same situation where it is a fixed monthly payment for 20 years,
Right.
exactly the same. It's not going to change. And it's something they can budget and they can predict. They're not out any money. And in that case, when it's a lease situation, the panels are maintained by the company that installs them.
Right.
So they're fully monitored and maintained 100% by the company that has installed them.
Yeah, that's one point that our viewers get to learn a little bit about this, because all this is all new to most of us, and we really take a lot of things for granted because Life is okay, it's okay, it was okay until everything turns backwards. Like right now, the economy, like overnight, the last couple of years, the economy got so bad, and people say, gee, I can't make ends meet like I used to, so what do I do? So this is why we bring Beth Voydat on the show to try to explain to you how to make ends meet, how to make your life easier. I mean, this is something that we want to get out to you guys, your information. Beth and I are here to help out the community, to get you going. You know, your company's been good to you. You've been doing good with your company, all the information you're giving to our viewers out there. But we need more people like you out there showing them how to do it, how to make life easier.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm glad we got you here in Nevada from Oregon recently. So you're out here now and making a new life and getting the people in Clark County on the right track.
Absolutely. And it's been such a joy being here and meeting so many amazing people that are here in Nevada. Everybody's been so friendly and warm. And starting with this new company as well, they are remarkable, the training that they provide and the care that they give in not only the people that are promoting the product and promoting solar, but to the homeowners as well. And the smiles on the faces of homeowners when that glass hits the roof. Yeah, they just love it.
And they see that their bank account getting bigger again.
Yes.
Their account's starting to duplicate. I mean, they say, wow, there's more money in the bank now. I mean, you don't want to be paying $600-$700 a month. Some of these big homes out here that are owned by some seniors, and they're on a fixed income.
Absolutely.
They don't have money to pay it. I mean, what are they going to do? Commit suicide because they can't pay the bills?
No. You're going to get solar.
You got to look forward and make it happen. Call Beth, and Beth will get you on the right track for sure. No, I tell you, it is something that's so much needed. I'm glad that we bring you on today to talk a little bit about the solar system. It's something that I think years ago we should have been doing this.
We really should.
I mean, everybody's pushing now because the economy is getting tight, and everybody's saying, how am I going to make ends meet?
Absolutely. Well, and then there's another aspect as well, because you mentioned seniors on a fixed income, and there's so many other people that just need a few extra bucks each month, maybe $500 more per month in their pocket that could help. So to that end, we also have a referral program. So and I believe this is my last slide, if you want to change to the next slide, but for every referral that an individual gives us, when that turns into solar on someone's roof, the person that gives the referral could get between $500 to $1,500 directly to them. So all it takes is a simple referral.
That's good.
And I'll chat with the individual, and if we put glass on their roof, then you get some cash in your pocket.
That's pretty good.
I mean, you take $500 extra every month, $1,000, $1,500.
Why not?
All day long.
All day long. It'll help keep my gas in my car.
That's one tank of gas. Yeah.
It's an honor to be able to express our information to you and pass this information to you as far as energy is concerned, because I think that Beth has come up with something good for herself. I mean, she loves people. She wants to help out. She's new in Nevada, in Clark County, and she feels like she wants to give a helping hand to everyone out there, from young, newly married individuals to senior citizens. And there's all kinds of programs. There's financing available, and the good thing about it is that people get to go to sleep at night knowing I can breathe again. Life is much easier.
Yes, exactly.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up? Because this issue is so informative to our viewers out there. But I know you have one more thing you want to say to our viewers. What else?
I think I've said everything I need to say. Just call me. Let's set an appointment. Yep, there's my contact information. But I would absolutely love to be able to chat with people and help everybody get solar. Go solar. Okay, don't forget, please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And let us know what you think. Take care. We'll see you next week. God bless.